the
Okay.
text.
I don't know what you mean.
You came over and you saved me because I could see everything. How'd you do that? You
Swipe
swiped
to the right
towards the right.
after starting.
Oh,
She needs 4 clean buckets. I guess you're fine, honestly, because you have 3 there and you have the flavor.
that's not clean. All right. Hello there, beautiful humans. Hi there, Brayden. How are you? Welcome in, my friend. So we are doing creamy taro to start off with. Happy Monday, you beautiful humans. Glad to hear you're doing well, Brayden. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. So I'm trying something a little new, and I can't quite see what's in the camera, but I can see the messages a little bit easier. Yesterday, I kind of got a little bit overwhelmed. We had a lot of motion in the chat, and I couldn't read everything, and it was just going by so quickly I couldn't even read it. So now I've got a different setup, and I can actually see the chat easier, so that's helpful. If you're coming in, I would appreciate it if you would maybe throw in some little emojis. How are you feeling today? Is it pineapple day? Is it, hot dog day? Can you guys tell me how you feel in the chat with some maybe emojis? Or tell me where you're from. We're in the beautiful state of New Mexico. Please tell me where you're from, either around the world or in the US. What state are you in? This is our creamy taro. If you guys are new here, we make real old-fashioned marshmallows from the actual plant. The marshmallow root. Did you know that marshmallow should have marshmallow in it? Just like Apple Jacks should have apples in it. Hello, beautiful humans. Tell me what state you're in. We actually do interact with our audience, so if you've got questions, I'm more than happy to answer your questions. Is this where clouds get cut into marshmallows? Yes, this is the place. You're in the right location. Happy little clouds. Happy little clouds. Happy little accidents. 100%. This is our creamy taro flavor. If you guys have had boba tea before, and if you've had taro, let me know. Say me in the chat, or let me know if you've had taro before, or any kind of boba tea. If you guys know what that is, let me know, because I'm curious how many people know what that beverage is. And then also I'm curious where you guys are located. We're in the beautiful state of New Mexico. What state or country do you hail from, champions? Champions of the interwebs on this beautiful Monday afternoon. You've never had it, Kelly? Oh my goodness. Darling. It's a wonderful experience. Taro is a little bit unique because it's kind of an exotic flavor. It's more in the tropical areas, but it's not like pineapple or coconut. This is a different shade of exotic. So it's kind of like a deep, nutty, earthy vanilla that's velvety and a little bit floral. It is absolutely delicious. It's divine. If you've never tried taro, that's what this flavor is in our marshmallow. And this is what actually made me start this whole business. Jake says, I'm here, but very likely I'm going to take a nap any moment mid-live because
BS Jake?
that's BS Jake.
Thank you, BS Jake.
Tim says, thank you, BS Jake. Yeah, that was pretty exciting. So the pizza delivery guy rolled up, and I was like freaking out. I thought it was the mail early, and I was like, no, we don't have our ice done. Some people relate it to cereal milk. Oh, interesting. I've not seen that comparison before. You guys, if you like supporting small family business, hang out with us. We really do love the company. And we always, I know it's hot out, but we always insulate and ice pack every single box. We just do that standard. And we ship everything priority, which means it's going to be flying. And then priority USPS also has $100 insurance. So, if you need it, you got the insurance on there. But I hand insulate every single box, custom fit for your order. And we always put giant ice packs in it, according to where you're at. If you're in Arizona, you're going to get more ice packs than if you were in, I don't know, Alaska, something like that. Thank you so much, Miss Kelly. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I appreciate you very much. We do offer free shipping on orders $50 or more to the lower 48 states. If you're kind of looking through, Toxic Garfy, 3 golf clubs, walk into a bar. The putter ordered a beer. The pitching wedge ordered a gin and tonic. The barman asked the third if he wanted anything. He replied, no thanks. I'm the driver. Wah, wah. Toxic Garfy, thank you. And then Gay at the very long word says, that looks amazing. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Valet, thank you so much. This is our creamy tarot. So this powder over here, if you guys are curious, this is a gluten-free cornstarch and powdered sugar blend. We will knock off most of the powder. This is just to keep it from being sticky. I already cut it, but as you can see, Marshmallow loves itself very much. Maybe it's your ex, I don't know, but yeah, so it loves to be together. Has anyone ever ordered online from New Mexico? Yeah,
Yes.
literally hundreds of people order from us a day. Making cow candy. This is gourmet marshmallows. Toast on jelly. You're trying the tarot. Kelly, excellent choice. Excellent choice. Message held for review because people are already being spicy. My friends, you know, I'm a one person, thing here, so be gentle on me. Y'all were kind of being crazy yesterday. Can I have some? Manny, open wide, okay? You ready? Open up, because if you miss this, this is your only chance. It looks lovely, says Light. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Yeah, we are family owned and operated. We're so small, we don't have employees, so yeah, that's true, Lynn. I get it. But we're in a beautiful mountain village, so we're up in the mountains, and the air's nice and dry, which makes it perfect for candy making, actually. Seattle, I don't know how those folks do it if there's candy makers there, because humidity needs to be low for optimum candy making. So it's pretty nice to experience the real deal. If you've never had real marshmallows before, this is the real deal. I challenge you, and don't waste your time. People aren't doing this, or online shops. They're not using real marshmallow root to make their marshmallows. Usually, the number one ingredient is corn syrup, and we don't do that. Dehumidifiers, true. What's your most popular state that these are ordered from? We get a lot of California, a lot of Florida. What do you think? What is our most popular state? I think it's really Texas. Really? Oh, okay. There we go. I wish I had a sugar-free version. You need my marshmallows. Hey there, Charles. How are you, my friend? Welcome back. Yep, Texas is our most popular state, apparently. I wish I had a sugar-free version. I have not found the magic to be able to do that. So I can't make them in humid. You can. It's just that, like what they said up there, most candy makers, if they have high humidity, you do need to use a dehumidifier, especially for hard candies, because hard candies really will stay sticky and sweat. I don't know how marshmallows would behave. I don't have experience with that in those states, and Charles says, I'm good. It's great to hear your voice. Thank you so much. So you get 3 in an order, just like, see these bags back here? That's 3 marshmallows in a bag. Just a couple of examples. 1 marshmallow is this big. They're standard. They're all cut with a hand crank cutter that I use. Correct. It can't be both halal and kosher because of I think it's a priest, or I'm not sure. I'm not religious, so I don't really know the details, but you can only have like a rabbi doing a prayer over it as it's done, or a priest. You can't have both standing side by side and both of them blessing it. So it's not they can't both do it. It's a conflict. But the big important part here is the beef gelatin. The beef gelatin has more collagen in it. It has a better texture. Of course, the marshmallow root creates a silky texture in here that just, it's unmatched. Like, it's literally like silk in your mouth. That's kind of how I feel like it is. Can you make them sour? Jenny, I do have a sour blue raspberry currently in stock. I'm pretty sure I tried these before. They were like really good. But I don't completely know if I tried those other ones specifically. Well, hey, Lily, I'm glad you're here. Manny says, yummy. Can I please cater marshmallows for my daughter's last birthday? She has leukemia. We do have custom pans that you can do like any kind of flavor that I've done. Flow State, thank you so much. So I've done like 130 different flavors or so. And I have that list on my direct at the Toasty Smore, and you can see the flavors that are offered. And you can do different colors, like if you have a bachelorette party, for example. Hey, Stephanie, have a good day. So what's the difference between regular marshmallows and your marshmallows? Well, this whole list. Most marshmallows are made with mostly corn syrup. Most marshmallows are made from a factory pooping out white sacks of sadness. Most marshmallows are made with either artificial colors or no colors at all. Most are made with pork gelatin, just like gummies are typically made with pork gelatin. And then marshmallows are usually made with pork gelatin. Some people are avoiding pork for whatever reason, but if you don't care, beef gelatin has more collagen in it. It does have more protein. And using the actual root is unheard of. It is actually unheard of. Using actual marshmallow roots is, I challenge you, spend the day, try to find a marshmallow creator that uses the actual root and ships worldwide. You might find someone at a farmer's market. If you find someone at a farmer's market using the real marshmallow root, buy from them. Do not buy from me. Support your...
You will find us.
Yeah, you'll find us. So yeah, so buy from the farmer's market if you find someone that makes real marshmallows. Support your local folks. I would appreciate that. Yeah, I tried allulose. I made a very delicious sugar-free marshmallow pudding with allulose that never set. I don't understand the chemistry of what's happened there, but so no, I haven't successfully made sugar-free. Yeah, it was delicious. I ate the whole pan. I'm not even sorry. I don't know why it didn't set. I thought, oh, victory! I've made a sugar-free marshmallow. No, I did not. It looked like it was going to set, but the next day it was still just as pudding soft as the day I set it. Anyway, we are the Toasty Smore. We are family owned and operated. We use the real deal. Hey there, Audra. Charles says, I have inflammatory bowel and only these mallows help my tummy feel better. Thank you so much, Charles. I'm so glad we make you feel better. So yeah, that's one of the things. Marshmallow root has historically been used for soothing inflammation. You heard it here, folks. I'm making up words.
New word.
Yeah, marshmallow root has traditionally been used to soothe inflammation. It has been used to soothe sore throats. You know, historically, that plant has been used for a lot of things like that. Yeah, and the light stout makes a great point. Go check out some of the big shops, and we're several dollars cheaper a package than they are. You know, we're smaller, so we can kind of be a little bit less expensive because we don't have employees, we don't have a storefront. We're only here on the beautiful interwebs with you lovely people. So yes, that's why they were created. Charles is a scholar and a gentleman. So yeah, around 2000 BC, you can see some hieroglyphics in the Egyptian tombs, I guess, where they're showing the creation of the first marshmallow. They started figuring out that if they cooked the marshmallow root sap and mixed it with honey, it basically created the first functional food. And it was so labor intensive, though. It was only used by the pharaohs or by the priests to be used as offerings to the temples of the gods and goddesses at the time. That was such a big deal. It was not meant for the common person like us. This is a treat, this is a treat, but we do use marshmallow root in it. You know, I can't say other than this is a candy because I can't say stuff like that on TikTok. So, you know, can I please? Oh, thank you for the flow state and the coin. I appreciate you. Was this a trick to teach me ancient marshmallow history? I'm full of tricks. Tricks are for kids. Do you have a commercial kitchen? Yes, that's where we are right now. I know I have my phone bolted to the shelving, but if you guys have seen some of our videos, you've seen our whole setup. We've got giant commercial-sized kitchen mixers. We've got 5 40-quart mixers, and our whole room here is just for marshmallows. That's all we do in this space. So yeah, some of the videos show it, but I have the phone bolted to the shelving here. Maybe I can pick it up later and show you guys. The Sugar Lolita is a gluten-free cornstarch and powdered sugar blend, because specifically a lot of my marshmallows are gluten-free. So not all cornstarch is naturally gluten-free. So I specifically get Argo, which is certified gluten-free. Just, so we can make it more accessible to more folks. I want people to be able to enjoy candy and not have bubble guts and have to pull over in traffic, because that's a bad day. I don't personally have that problem, but I have a lot of people I care about that have that problem. So we're pretty careful about cross-contamination issues. We follow FDA guidelines for safety and all that. Oh yes, your daughter's gluten-free. So yeah, Lolita, right now I think I have 6 flavors in shop that have gluten. The rest are gluten-free. Oh, Tay, Kyle, sorry. Yeah, I wish I could hit all the buttons for everyone to be able to enjoy the candy. I try my best, my friends, I try my best. But yeah, we always include ice packs and insulation with every single order. We want this to get to you just as much as you want it to get to you in great shape. Thank you so much for that order. I appreciate you. That person did get free shipping. We always use ice packs, and I custom insulate every single box. And yeah, it's just me and my family doing the hustle. This is not a hobby for us. This is what we do full time, more than full time. Yesterday was a nice light day. We only worked, what was it, 14 hours? Yeah. Hi there, Gina. Is the cookie butter Biscoff gone? Oh, Lana had gastric bypass 6 years ago, and this is a great sweet. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I know, Lolita, that's kind of part of my message is I probably should try to hire someone, but we just don't have the finances for it. So, we're a family endeavor. Our teenagers help out. They're really helpful. And me and my husband, work side by side, and we manage to not kill each other. It's pretty awesome. Today, Jake, the plan is to do 8 batches. So we probably will be doing a pretty late night tonight, putting those together. But yeah, yeah, making candy, I said, what a great idea. It was a great idea. So yeah, I used to take all of my marshmallows, my kiddos would help me, and I'd get my little cart, and we'd hustle out to the little farmers markets. But then I figured out how to do TikTok, and so here we are. Hello, Gracie says, never seen before. Curious if it's just to eat alone or if the s'more name has any relevance. We do have a s'more flavor. It has the graham crackers. It has the chocolate in the middle. The actual marshmallow is flavored like a campfire toasted s'more in our s'more flavor. This is taro, by the way. This is our creamy taro. This is my personal favorite flavor. So yeah, a little mix of both. You can probably cut one of these and do 3 s'mores from 1 marshmallow. We are in the beautiful state of New Mexico. Charles is asking how many hours in each batch. So you're killing me. That's enough spray. Stop. Stop. Hey, stop spraying. That's too much spray. My gosh, you guys, my husband's trying to kill me. He's spraying the pans too much. Stop it. He's trying to kill me. Who was going to cut the marshmallows if I kick the bucket? Anyway. Sarah, help me. He's trying to kill me. I forgot what I was saying, you guys. Can you tell me what flavors are in each marshmallow bundle? I think we're actually out of the bundles. Are we out of the bundles?
We're making the bestseller.
We're making the bestseller bundle today. Okay. Okay, so the bestseller bundle has butter vanilla, double Dutch chocolate, toasted coconut, strawberries and cream, creme brulee, and cinnamon roll. All of our bundles are gluten-free. You have no accent, so I couldn't guess where you were from. Oh, little zombie, wait until I get tired, then my Texas comes right out. What amount of sugar, please? Husband, help me, I can't remember the number. Each listing does have the nutrition information, I believe. So because each has some different stuff going on. So this is our creamy taro. So let me show you. Each listing is going to be a little different. So here is our cookie dough. So it's going to have some different stuff based on, and I think we have 30 or 40 flavors, something like that. Hey, Mallows hey, your name is like right down our alley. Yes, it looks tasty. It's very challenging to not be constantly hungry when I work here. Do the ones with the big bubble get put on a discounted errors pack? That would be cool. That would be cool. That's a good idea. I don't have any plans at the moment. Or just eaten by you guys. That's true. I mean, Mama's got to take care of herself. I have, made the sacrifice a few times. Halal is very animal conscious. They don't want the animal to suffer. Often the animal is knocked out so it doesn't feel any pain. They're very specific. Just like kosher is very specific and very high guidelines of how the animal is treated and what kind of environment it's in. Regular slaughterhouses, I grew up in Texas, I know what I'm talking about. Regular slaughterhouses are not anything close to the conscious effort that are made by the halal certification. I didn't know what the word meant until I went and educated myself on it. So I went and found some nonpartisan information. They very specifically want the animal to be feeling peaceful and not stressed. It can't ever witness another animal being slaughtered. That is extremely strict. And they often, like I said, are actually knocked out so they don't feel any pain. So if you're concerned about the halal word, I know there's a lot of misinformation out there. It's really important to find nonpartisan, non-religious info that's giving you accurate information. I know there's a lot of misinformation out there. But those are the facts. Carrie says, how are you all? I hope sweet as always. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Do you enjoy what you do? Because it looks fun. Yeah, it's great. Hey there, Bluegrass State. How are you? And then Caroline says the Marshmallow family. Yes, I'm doing my favorite flavor. Hello, Shebe, you beautiful human. How are you, my dear? What's that, Jake? Not you half selling me on halal? Oh, right. Yeah. So I'm not religious. We're not religious here. We're not political. But a lot of people asked for it when I first started, and I didn't even know what the word meant. So I went and educated myself on it, on some, proper things. Are there animals in this? Yes. All marshmallows and gummies are made with gelatin. It's just they don't tell you that most of it is pork gelatin from those horrible dirty pork farms that you probably don't know about, but we placed our first order. Can't wait to try. Thank you so much. Yeah, I had a vegan friend that actually ate marshmallows. She didn't know that marshmallows had gelatin in them, so. Hold up, gang, step back. So excited for my order to arrive, and I already placed another order. Gina, you are a hero. Thank you so much. The gourmet marshmallow is still available. Yes, we're going to try to hurry up and make some more of the bestseller bundles, or the mixed marshmallow bundles. I have to call them that on TikTok. They don't like me saying bestseller or anything, so that's the truth. Except for s'mores. I don't have s'mores in that bundle because s'mores has gluten, and I want my bundles to all be gluten-free to make it easy, like an easy win button for folks that are trying to make little gifts or something like that. Tatiana says, and the fact that some of those big companies mistreat those animals anyway. Absolutely true. So yeah, bro, TF kind of animal is in marshmallows? Gelatin from whatever animal they find, usually pork. But we use beef gelatin. There's a specific reason for that. A lot of people are trying to avoid pork for whatever reason. None of my business. But if you're like, I don't care what's in it for me, beef gelatin does have more collagen in it. And halal and kosher both specifically are very strict on their guidelines of how the animal is treated. And halal, I don't know of any other practice that specifically doesn't let the animal be scared or see other animals being slaughtered in front of it. And then also they incapacitate it so it's knocked out. It doesn't even know. So I think that's pretty nice. My nephew used to work in a slaughterhouse, and I can tell you, American slaughterhouses typically, it's not humane at all. People that are clutching their pearls over halal, go see a standard American slaughterhouse. I grew up in Texas. I know what I'm talking about. They are appalling. Wait, this isn't too, I just looked it up. What's your question? I am Ryan Gonzalez. My mom just tasted it too. She loves it too. Thank you, Nessa. So this is our creamy taro marshmallow. I've already cut them before the live because operating my cutter during the live is not safe for me. Natural colors. Yes, we use plants for colors. So, for example, this purple is specifically a species of spirulina. You meant it's not true. So what's not true? And what's your source? If you're getting it from Fox News, we're not talking anymore. But anyway, it does cost me more to offer halal beef gelatin. This is not really an economical good choice for me. I do it for the animals and for my folks that are trying to avoid pork and get a higher grade of ingredients. We want the best ingredients possible. So that's why we do it. Political marshmallow. LimeWire ruined me. No, we specifically don't do politics. We specifically don't do religion. This is just what people asked for, and I'm explaining why I choose that ingredient. Just like natural colors, there's reasons. Actually, I used to use artificial colors when I first started, and I found that the colors were extremely sticky. And then I also discovered people are allergic to a lot of colors, and so we're trying to make it accessible to as many people as possible. And the cool thing is, if you don't like what we do here, there's a lot of options for you, and I think that everyone has space to be successful, and that's okay. This is our creamy taro. This is my personal favorite flavor. We specifically don't do that vibe here, LimeWire. We are not political, we are not religious. We're just good vibes only. In fact, speaking of good vibes, when someone does get the creamy taro and I'm packing orders live, we do what's called taro blessings, where we just make up funny crap and, just little fun things that they hope for the person. Just giving good wishes to a random stranger on the internet, basically. I hope the sun is never in your eyes when you're driving. I hope that, what's the one that Jake likes to say?
I hope that your intrusive thoughts
Yeah,
lose their Wi-Fi connection.
I hope your negative, intrusive thoughts lose their Wi-Fi connection. Exactly, little zombie. Thank you for seeing that for what it is. Flavor of this one, my friend Leslie, this is our creamy taro. If you like boba tea, this is my favorite flavor. This is what made me start this whole darn thing, because I'm a big boba tea snob. And so I know the color isn't vibrant. It will be a little bit more bright after the powder is knocked off. But yeah, I love boba tea. It's delicious. I love flavors from around the world. So I try to kind of look at different cultures and different countries and celebrate their flavors that are unique. So this one is really fun. During Ramadan, again, I'm not religious. I don't know that much, but they love pistachio. So I brought in pistachio. I brought in lychee for the Lunar New Year. I thought, hey, that's an awesome flavor. Let's bring that in. The shipping is so high, yes, because this is not, I'm not shipping out, for example, like electronics or headphones. They don't need any special care, but these need special care. I have to hand insulate every single box that goes out. I do a double layer of hand cut insulation, and I look at your state, I look at where we are, and then I see the tracking in between, what different shipping hubs are involved, and I put in the appropriate amount of ice packs. So you're paying for ice packs, insulation, and my labor. So that's why the shipping is not just a box. Do you have anything maple? Oh my goodness, Lynn Lee, the maple pecan pie is insanely delicious. You would love that one. Yes, maple would go well with a BS bourbon. I have not tried a gar for the vegan version because per weight, it is literally 5 times the cost of gelatin, and I'm trying to find a way around it, but I may have to be stuck trying it anyway. I just don't want to charge. I feel weird charging that much, so I was trying to find a cheaper way to do it, and I just can't seem to figure it out. Next up, my friends, so both of these flavors are gluten-free. Oh, wait, let me get this. So just a strange question. Can you fry them on the fire like a normal marshmallow? I'm in Africa, and people don't normally make it here. You can roast these, but you need to rotate them a lot more because these are really fresh and they have a lot more, moisture in them. Yeah, the shipping is higher because again, you're paying for ice packs and insulation, the cost of my labor to, I think yesterday we spent 4 hours, all four of us, insulating and icing boxes together. So it's quite a lot of labor to make this actually get to you in good shape. So the wintertime will be better. But yeah, right now during the heat, it is kind of a thing. Can you please take care of this bucket for me so I can have another bucket to go to? It is free shipping on orders $50 or more. If that's making you kind of step back, I get it. But the bigger boxes are a little easier for us to insulate. So we're trying to make it as friendly as possible. But we do use really large ice packs and double layer insulation, two different types of insulation to get it to you in good shape. My little zombie, this has been delightful and educational. I'll be back when I have enough money to order. Thank you so much. You can always hang out and just give us company. Jake, they melt faster than Big Brand, but they make delicious s'mores. Yeah, that's true. They do melt faster. They caramelize, I think, in a more superior way because it creates like a creme brulee shell on the outside that you can pull off, and it's like cookie dough, like magnified. The powder is a gluten-free cornstarch and powdered sugar blend. Pectin is a good choice. Yes, pectin is another one that's super expensive. I spent a lot of hours nerding out over this stuff. I would love to create a vegan candy of some sort. I did make some vegan starch candies, but I could never get the consistency to be firm enough to actually ship out. So I've made some pretty delicious puddings and stuff for myself on my failed batches, trying to make things both for my sugar-free friends and for my vegan friends. I see you, I hear you, I'm attempting, but I'm only one person, so it's a challenge, it's definitely a challenge. Your shipping is too high. Well, I can ship it to you in a box plain with no ice packs or insulation, but I don't think you'll like that. Or the controversial carrageenan, exactly. A lot of people are allergic to that seaweed. I know that Dandy's, for example, it's a vegan marshmallow. They use a pea protein isolate in combination with the carrageenan because that's what completes the gel action of the marshmallow. It's really complicated. It's dumb how you charge for ice cream. Mikhail, sweetheart, we're not for everyone. If you don't like us, you're free to roam on to the other channels here in TikTok if you don't like us. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. Dan, I'm admiring the marshmallows. Thank you. It does take us quite a lot of time to make a batch. So we do a 12-hour cold water extraction of just the marshmallow root. After that point, it's another additional 12 to 24 hours for the marshmallow to be ready. Am I rude? No, I'm direct, and I own my business. I've owned it for years, and I don't appreciate you guys coming in here and behaving so savagely. It's really inappropriate for you to come into someone's small business, and if you don't like it, just scroll on. It really doesn't hurt you to just scroll on. I do have to charge that much, otherwise I'd go under. If you don't like it, scroll on. You don't have to stay here. I don't. I can be direct, and if that directness hurts your feelings, scroll on. You do not have to stay here. No one is forcing you to look at my candy. If it's not a good fit for you, great. There's other options. I don't want them to buy from me, Dan, but thank you. I don't want them to buy from me if they're gonna, feel that way. I'm not a good fit for everyone, and I know that, and it's okay. It's completely okay. Can we eat this, or is it a toy? You can do both, lady, if you want to. You can do both if you like. Some people misunderstand rudeness for directness. I am being very direct. I'm not a doormat. I will be kind all day long, but I'm not going to accept being treated like that. I don't have to. You can move on, my friend. All right. Wow, mean lady, I'll pray for you. Okay. I think that, hurt people try to go into lives and they hurt other people. I hope that person heals and figures their life out, because I'm not seeking out people to hurt, and they are. Is it sugar or flour? This is a gluten-free cornstarch and powdered sugar mix because these have already been cut. If you see the lines underneath, I'm not sure if you can see the score, that they've already been cut, but they love each other, they're sticking to each other, and so this prevents them from being sticky. So I'll show you a little bit example. I'm overcharging people for no reason. Do you know how much shipping costs? You don't know. Tim, you know, honey, I can't touch my phone, and I'm sitting here putting up with this. I need you to come touch the phone so you can let this gentleman find some other,
Who is it?
this person, Mikkel, overcharging people for a marshmallow. So go ahead and check out, I don't know, the Marshmallow Co. They charge $12 for 3 marshmallows, and they're smaller than mine, by the way. I have gotten their marshmallows before. There's another place called XO Marshmallow. They're $15 for 3 marshmallows. So, you know, you can choose. If you want to get more expensive, then cool. Yeah, I'm not overcharging. Yeah. This is our cookie dough flavor. So I tried to capture the cookie dough flavor with some brown sugar on top because it kind of gives you that mouth feel of real cookie dough with the brown sugar on top. Yeah, we are way cheaper than other places. We don't have a storefront, we don't have employees, we don't have all that overhead, so we can get away with being cheaper. Could I match them and make a lot more? Yes, because that would be the same price as these other places. But you know, we're just a family paying rent, and that's that. You know, I don't know what the deal is. Maybe 4th of July made people extra spicy.
Yeah. So.
Because this isn't normally how
No.
how people behave in my lives. If you can get a couple of trusted mods, that is true. I saw some mods come in and go out, and that's fine. You know, they've got a life to live. They don't have to stay here. But I had some folks. So, can you eat these? Yes, these are cookie dough gourmet marshmallows. We have a lot of different flavors. So back here you can see the cotton candy, and here is the sour blue raspberry. Again, we use all natural colors. So that's actually blue spirulina, and then we custom make our own colors for the sugars and sprinkles as well. Michael, my goodness, you need to go heal. Whoever's hurt you, I hope that they're not hurting you anymore, and I hope that you stop trying to hurt other people. I'm going to light a candle for you, Michael, and hope that you can maybe get a different hobby. Maybe go mow some little old lady's front yard if you're looking for something to do. I hope that you heal. Can you imagine people like, oh yeah, here's this lady barely paying for rent each month. I'm going to go harass her. I can't imagine. I hope that he heals, really, because he's obviously hurting. You guys hurt people, try to hurt other people. Something has happened to Michael, so let's put him in positive thoughts that he heals and he stops trying to hurt other people. Well, the thing is, and that's kind of true, my little zombie, that's kind of true. But also, there's a little side of me that's like, I kind of almost would rather him harass me than someone else that can't handle it. Because maybe there's some lady doing art somewhere and she's having a bad day, so I'd rather him give me the heat, because we can take it. Esmeralda, my dear, it kind of varies on the different type, because there's different materials that cost different amounts, so the prices do vary. I'm sorry, my husband does the pricing and I never know what's going on. So, Jake, are you a moderator?
Yes.
Yeah, see, he's probably super busy. So what do they taste like? I love marshmallows, but haven't had any since. Oh my goodness gracious. So the texture, I think, is the real winning factor. This is much more silky in texture than typical marshmallows. These are marshmallows. These are old-fashioned marshmallows. So we use real marshmallow root, which creates a silkiness that is unmistakable. And also, marshmallow root has a lot of cool benefits. You can read about the historical uses of marshmallow. I do have a blog where I've written some pretty cool stuff. No, we sell them, see these packages back here? These are in packages of 3, so it's a little over 6 ounces. You thought it was a dish sponge. Yeah, TikTok thinks I'm often trying to do makeup sponges, so I hear that a lot. Most people eat them on their own because soup, that's a great point. We're so used to, looking at those white sacks of sadness in the grocery store and going, okay, what can I put that in? Because you can't imagine opening up that bag and just eating it by itself, right? It's just not going to happen. So what I'm trying to do is say good quality marshmallows are a candy all on their own. All on their own. So that's the cool part, right? You can put them in other things. I've had people do Rice Krispie treats. I've had people do, no, that's a great question, Rad. We have the marshmallow root just under the cusp of being able to be tasted. Because the marshmallow root, it's pretty bitter, but you can't taste them at all. You would never know except for the texture difference. It's very silky. How does the chips not fall off? Great question. When I poured this, the whole family, gathered around with our little gloves and put the chips in before the batch set, and we had to be quick. Yeah, absolutely, Jake. Use your discretion, my friend. What are all of the ingredients? Rosen, I'm happy to answer questions. I know, F-toast. Okay, so our number 1 ingredient is cane sugar. Then we use a cooked cane sugar that's called invert sugar. We have salt, marshmallow root, beef gelatin, natural colors, and we do use candy making flavoring, and cream of tartar, which is a natural ingredient. It's actually a byproduct of the winemaking industry, but it just helps the sugar not crystallize. Our best flavors. So our most popular soup Ali, great name, by the way, is the s'mores is our most popular, then the bestseller bundle. Because if people are trying to, figure out, I don't know if I want to buy 3 of one type of flavor. What if I don't like it? So they try out the bestseller bundle. The powder is a gluten-free cornstarch and powdered sugar blend. It is specifically gluten-free because most of my marshmallows are gluten-free. One more question, maybe. Radtastic, sweetheart, I want you to know questions like this is totally fine. I'm happy to answer questions. What would be the best flavor for a kid? I do have a sour blue raspberry. The sour blue raspberry, natural colors, that's a spirulina, and the red sprinkles we make in shop in small batches with beet coloring, so it's all natural colors. Any preservatives or chemical additives, salt and cream of tartar are my preservatives. Does the powder have taste? It's cornstarch and powdered sugar, so it's not flavored like the marshmallow, no. All of the marshmallow already has the flavoring in the mallow itself. So this is just to keep it from being sticky. Do you combine shipping? Yeah, if you found something and you bought from me today and you're like, oh, I didn't see the cookie dough or whatever, you could totally go buy something else and I'll combine it for you and reimburse the shipping if you're over 50. Let's see. I love your shop so much. My kid is allergic to artificial colors. I'll be shopping on payday. Thank you, Rad. I guess sugar has traditionally been used to preserve things historically. Are all gluten-free? No. Not all of them are gluten-free, but most of them are. We have 6 flavors that have gluten. If you're curious about an easy way to find that, at the Toasty Smore, there is a menu at the top that says gluten-free. You can go straight to that. That's the Toasty Smore Webster Direct home base, if you wanted to try it that way. Trying to get caught up a little bit here, my friends. What makes some not gluten-free and others? Great question. So some of these I can't help myself and I add cookies to them, like graham crackers. I'm aware that there are gluten-free graham crackers, but they're extremely expensive and I'm not rich. So some of them have, graham crackers, some of them have vanilla wafers, things like that. So it's typically graham cracker stuff I've added. Do they have any egg? No, I don't use egg to make our marshmallows, but some cookies do use egg to create their cookie. For example, I know Nilla Wafers does use egg to make Nilla wafers. So avoid the banana cream pie, because I use Nilla wafers on that one. And that has egg in the Nilla wafers, because that's how they make them. Reminds me of a squishy. Some are still sold out, but got 7 flavors. Awesome, thank you. The top 3 choices to start. I'd say s'mores, creme brulee, and maybe like toasted coconut or chocolate. These are real marshmallows, Jiggy. These are the real deal, though. We make actual old-fashioned marshmallows with real marshmallow root. There's a s'mores marshmallow in your shop. It looks good. Yes, that one is really popular. Stephanie says, I've had banana cream pie. It's delicious. Thank you so much. When will maple pecan pie and cookie butter biscoff be back in stock? My husband just walked out of the kitchen, so I'm going to have to ask him when he comes back. He's kind of, hey, Tim, when is cookie butter biscoff and maple pecan pie going to be back in stock? Maybe
I'm not sure about
tomorrow.
maple pecan pie, but cookie butter should be tomorrow.
Cookie butter should be tomorrow. You know, if you go to the actual listing on the W and say, notify me when back in stock, we will shoot you a quick email saying, hey, we've made it, it's ready, if you want to grab it, you can, and we will not harass you again. We won't keep like, hey, I want to talk to you about your auto insurance, it's about to expire. You know, we're not going to be those people. We'll just let you know once and leave you alone, let you make your choice. Any fruity flavors? Yes. We have sour blue raspberry. We have raspberry prickly pear. Fruit, lemon pound cake, kind of. I'm trying to think of fruit. This is a gluten-free cornstarch and powdered sugar blend, but we make the real deal. If you've never had real marshmallow root marshmallows, maybe give it a try. You're triggered, Mandy. My little zombie says I have to go, but hope to catch another live soon. Have a good day, you too. Thank you for your company. Yeah, hot cocoa, tea, coffee. People likes that. Yeah, likes that. Speaking's good. English is nice. Why is there so much going on in the background?
I am making marshmallows.
Oh, like noise? Yeah, because we're in a commercial kitchen. And I'm not the only one in here making these wonderful sweet treats. My husband and I make these together. And so he's over clanging around on these giant mixers. And I mean, the bowls are, you know, huge. Yeah, we're in a commercial kitchen for making these wonderful candies. So we are family owned and operated. It's just me and my husband and my 2 teenagers. And so, yeah, we make this stuff every day. Every day we make several batches, fresh. Bluegrass. Oh, Mask Lady says those look delicious and delightful. Thank you so much. Are those chocolate chips? Yeah, those are chocolate chips. I try to put at least 5 on each one. This is our cookie dough. Do they roast well? They roast very differently, Jen. They roast, I mean, the caramelization is superior. But, so like this is what a package would look like. It's quite a lot of marshmallows, 3 marshmallows, right? So they've already been cut, but you know, they're like your ex. They love them themselves very much. But yeah, you have to rotate them really quickly because they are very moisture rich and they're going to behave a little differently, but you absolutely can roast them. And the roasting, oh my gosh, if you can manage to do it evenly and you can pull off that creme brulee shell, it's like cookie dough times 20. It's so amazing if you can pull it off, but they're very, very soft. You have to really do them quickly. Do you recommend any flavors? My personal favorite, Monica, is the creamy taro. That's just my personal. My husband's favorite is the buttered beer, which is a butterscotch and cream soda flavor. Our biggest seller, though, is the quintessential American marshmallow treat we call s'mores. Okay, G. And then, you know, the mixed marshmallow bundle. It has a nice variety of flavors. All of my bundles are gluten-free, just to make it easy. So, you know, we got toasted coconut. We've got double Dutch chocolate. The chocolate was really difficult to master because chocolate has a lot of fat content in it, and fat and marshmallows don't like each other. It deflates the marshmallow, basically, so it's challenging, but we managed to figure it out. Hey there, Cross, how's it going? Bluegrass State says the s'mores are delicious. Imagine making Rice Krispies. Yes, Clippin', I've done that. I've made Rice Krispie treats for the girls when they come over and they do a slumber party with my daughter. Oh, you like the double Dutch chocolate, Jake? Yeah. And we also have brown sugar bourbon. We have all kinds of flavors, key lime pie, strawberry cheesecake. There's just a lot of different options. I'd like to think there's something for everyone. Thank you so much for your orders, my friends. So now, I do things in a very specific order. I don't cross-contaminate glutens or allergens. So you might have noticed that I've done gluten-free. Now we're going to move on to our glutens, and I changed my sugars. I do not use the same sugars. I do not, use the same gloves, obviously. We're going to clean up a little bit. Sorry, husband, but it has to be done. So I'm going to do a little quick cleanup over here. Just clean up on aisle 9. Hold on. So next up, my friends, we are going to do key lime pie. Key lime pie is up next. So you can see our natural green color. I've got sugar everywhere. Key lime pie is coming up next. And I do want to show you that we do not cross-contaminate our sugars. They're very specific according to what I'm going to be working on. Can y'all see that? So this is only used for the grams. Yeah, it's a gluten-free cornstarch and powdered sugar mix. Now, obviously, this has been used with graham cracker. It has gluten, so I don't cross-contaminate those. Hey, honey, made my first order. Been on the hunt for halal marshmallows, so I can't wait. Awesome. Tell the others. You can use carob chips in place of chocolate. Yes, absolutely. All right. Key lime pie coming up, my friends. Can you please put the strawberry next to me, son, on the table? Okay. So there's the key lime pie, and here's the strawberry cheesecake coming up after that. Sorry to ask again, any chance of peppermint? Oh my gosh, please keep asking. I'm so sorry. But yes, we need to make peppermint soon. We're trying to get caught up. I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. Sounds like chat has kind of calmed down a little bit. I guess TikTok tries to push me, and then they're like, oh my God, this lady actually interacts with me. I'll play puppet games with them. So, here we are. Next up, the key lime pie. And I'm sorry if I laugh or something too hard. I do have the camera very, very close to my face. And I'm wearing readers because I'm blind this close. Nut, I have not made the peppermint yet, my friend. I'm really sorry. Please keep asking though, because I believe that we should always carry it for folks that need it for medicinal extra leverage. We're just a little behind. I really want to make it soon though. Truly. My apologies, mea culpa. Yes, I agree. And we use those little peppermint candies on top that are naturally colored. That was really hard to find, by the way. Are these diabetic friendly? I would really say be careful. Like, I guess one benefit is that these are easily cut, and she can maybe partition off like a daily allowance of a treat, and they keep a nice long time. If she can't manage to eat them in 3 months, I would say for her to freeze them. They'll last up to a year. Each listing is going to have the nutrition information. I hope it should be there if you scroll down to the bottom. And then we always have our ingredients, of course. But here's our key lime pie. I'm going to get this extra powder off. I know it looks a little crazy right now. But of course, key lime pie. This is just one marshmallow. You get 3. So you see these packages behind me. They're the same exact size. I use my cutter for everything. This particular flavor, Crystal, is not gluten-free, but most of my flavors are gluten-free. I think I have 6 flavors that have gluten. All the rest are gluten-free. So feel free to ask about specifics. I'm happy to answer your questions. But yeah, see, now I'm working on the glutens for the day because I don't do this one, for example, and then go do gluten-free, because that'd mean a lot of cross-contamination issues. These are not keto-friendly. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do that, but I just can't. I don't know how, frankly. I've tried to make sugar-free marshmallows, and all I made was a fantastic pudding. So these packs right here, if you see in the background, this is our sour blue raspberry, and that's our cotton candy. They're all the same size, so that's 3 of these marshmallows. I know it looks really far away, it looks really small, but it's the same size. So 3 of these. So this is a nice size marshmallow. It's kind of difficult because phones, I guess, if I caught a fish, I could make it look huge, but it's not on purpose. It's the same size. 2 by 2 inch cubes, and there's 3 of them, and there's 6 ounces each bag. Key lime pie. God, that smells good. A little bit of summer loving in here. We'll knock off all this extra powder. It won't be so powdery when you get them. And we always mail out with ice packs and insulation. I've had a few comments today saying, oh, the shipping's really high. Well, it's because I think most people, when they order things from the internet, it's things that won't melt in the mail. And I have to do really careful planning. Everything from custom cutting 2 different layers of insulation per box, and ice packs according to size and weight of where you are in relationship to me and what kind of shipping hubs are in between us. We do a lot of research to make sure it gets to you in great shape. We do priority shipping, which also has $100 insurance on it. So there's a lot of care that goes into the shipping aspect of this. Thank you so much, Nina. But this is a delicate item. It's basically like shipping chocolate. You can imagine that it takes care, and we do this a lot, so we're pretty good at what we do. We're in the beautiful state of New Mexico, Michelle. The beautiful state of New Mexico. We do ship worldwide. We've shipped to Japan, Saudi Arabia, Germany, UK, Netherlands. I think some Swedish colony that didn't use English. That was fun. And Utah. That's where we joke. Please don't ever make them vegan. Oh, well, I'd have choices. I'd have choices. I'd keep these guys and then the vegan choices as well, if I ever manage to successfully do it, which so far is not looking promising for me. Bounce them. Blaze, dude, go get a hobby. Yeah, just did. See, that's why it's a little challenging, because I have to do this. We keep it friendly here. We keep it political and religion free. We want to be low stress. Light Stout. I already took gloves off to take care of him because he was gross. I mean, some of these people, like I said, I really genuinely believe that hurt people try to go around and hurt other people, especially when it's anonymous and it's so easy. There's no personal accountability. So I really hope that he heals and his life is turned around and he stops trying to hurt people. Dear kind marshmallow lady. Light Stout, I've been called mean and rude several times today already, so I don't know. Really enjoyed your live. You're so precious. Wishing you continued win. Thank you, Light Stout. I appreciate you. That is one of the side effects of this whole internet thing, is that everyone has an opinion. Oh, nothing. We're fine, Tammy. There's a couple of trolls. You know what I mean? This is our key lime pie. Hey, Fiery Latina. This is our key lime pie, gourmet marshmallow. If you guys are just rolling in, you're like, what is this? What is this weirdness? We make old-fashioned candy with real marshmallow root. I challenge you to find anyone else using real marshmallow root in their marshmallows. That ships worldwide. I know there's people at farmers markets doing this, because I was one of them. What's the lumpy? So there's some graham cracker crumbs in here. The sugar that I use for each type of marshmallow is specific to the type I'm doing, so I don't cross-contaminate gluten-free with the ones that have gluten, like these graham crackers here. Exactly, Lindsay. I'm glad I found you, Michelle. How about them apples? My sister used to chase me down if I did something wrong, and she'd be like, what do you think about them apples? How's it going, Fiery Latina? So yeah, we got a lot of really cool things, I think, going on here that's unique. Other marshmallow shops, I hope they're successful. There's enough room for all of us to be successful, but we do have some unique features where we use marshmallow root. We use natural colors. We never use corn syrup. We are family owned and operated. If you're kind of like, hey, are these people that are, buying a yacht, or are they paying rent? So we're the rent payers. Hopefully, if it's a good month. I have a very understanding landlord, thankfully. They are sweet, yes. What got us into the marshmallow thing? So as a hobby, I've always... Do you do anything locally anymore? Online, yeah. Unless you're actually here. Are you in New Mexico? How many marshmallows per order? So 3. So this is a good example. I happen to have 3 here. So that's what they look like in a bag. So my kids and I, we have a really unique relationship. I've always been a homeschooler. And so I have weird rules in my house. I always said, hey, you can have as much candy as you want, as long as you make it yourself. So Mandy, if you're are you in New Mexico? So we're in Ruidoso. Yeah, you can always come up here and just avoid the shipping. Yeah. So I said, you can have as much candy as long as you make it yourself. So we did a lot of sugar science. We learned about how, things work, and, kitchen safety and cross-contamination, things like that. Just kind of learning about things. We're in the beautiful state of New Mexico, Brandon. So anyway, my son one day, he's looking for a treat. We'd made taffy, toffee, fudge, hard candy, honeycomb candy, all that kind of stuff. And one day, my son was like ready for a treat. He's wanting to make some candy. And he's like, hey, Mom, I found this ancient bottle of corn syrup. What do we have? What can we make with this? Rattlesnake Jake. What? Oh, yeah. We had corn syrup. Judge away. I know. And I was like, you know what, son? We have everything we need to make marshmallows, but we've been making candy together for years. I bet we can make marshmallows without corn syrup. We're pretty good at what we're doing. We don't have a storefront, no. All we do is online. Rattlesnake Jake. Well, I guess we need to make apple pie because we're out. So anyway, so I proceeded to immediately burn 6 huge batches of sugar, because I actually, in fact, had no idea what I was doing and why sugar would burn or crystallize without corn syrup. So anyway, we had to do a deep dive on basically sugar science. And we eventually figured out how to make marshmallows without corn syrup and with the actual plant. And the Toasty Smore was born. And me and the kids would go to farmers markets and set up our little booth, and the Toasty Smore was born. So lactose free, everything. I don't use eggs or milk in our recipe. They're very shelf stable. Oh, thank you, Pickle. I appreciate that. So we do have 2 flavors that have real chocolate. Ink by Kev. So we have the cookie dough, which you may have seen me just cut, and the s'mores. Both of those have real chocolate, so everything else is dairy free. You just moved from Alamogordo. Oh my goodness, that's only an hour away. So yeah, we had a good time and figured out, I burned a lot of sugar, you guys. We've made a lot of mistakes. But our first successful flavor was the creamy taro. And I'm a big boba tea snob, so I was like, oh my gosh, winner, winner, chicken dinner. I started putting signs on mailboxes and the Book of Faces and going out to farmers markets. And then one day, I didn't know how to do TikTok. I didn't know what I was going to do, so I strapped the phone around my neck like an actual monkey, and every time I laughed, the camera would shake around, and I'd laugh some more, and the camera would shake around. I went viral, and so the Toasty S'more kind of became, an actual, you know, we actually sold some marshmallows, and it went pretty well. So, which is great because the very next day, my husband was driving for Uber, and the very next day he got into a major car wreck, and we lost our car. Someone T-boned him. They were drunk. He was driving home people that were, not able to drive. So I was always a nervous wreck. I'm kind of glad that he's not doing it anymore. And so now he's helping me here make candy for hopefully cheering up folks and making them feel better. You want vegan marshmallows? I'm so sorry, disobedient. I have not been able to successfully make it. I've made unsuccessful syrupy things trying to make vegan marshmallows, and I just can't seem to get it right. I'm really sorry. Yeah, luckily my husband was only, bumps and bruises. That's okay. Marshmallow pudding. And the sugar-free puddings that I've made, I ate the whole batch because I'm not even sorry. It's like, well, it's sugar-free. I'm certainly not able to ship it, so I ate the whole thing. This key lime pie is delicious. We have strawberry cheesecake coming up next. Daniel says, you've got me interested in trying to grow some marshmallow plant here in Ohio. I'll be completely transparent. I have no idea how to grow it. We do import the marshmallow root already powdered and ready to be processed here in the candy shop. So I don't know what kind of climate it needs. I know that it historically it was grown in very hot and humid places, or hot places like, the Nile. So I wish I could give some advice. Yes, it is halal certified. Beef gelatin is basically what gives the marshmallow the structure, the bounce, the body of the marshmallow. So most gummies and marshmallows on the market are made with pork gelatin, which basically is the connective tissue, like the tendons and things like that. So that's what most gummies and marshmallow is made from, pork gelatin. I have folks here that have requested that I carry beef gelatin, and another stretch further is to go ahead and get the halal certification. It's just a standard of quality of ingredient. We don't do politics or religion here. We're just trying to provide the best ingredients we can. And halal certification is extremely stringent on animal welfare. And so that really spoke to me. Marshmallow plants need at least 3 years worth of growth until you can harvest the root. Oh my gosh. So they do taste different, happy, but the biggest difference, I think, my friend, is the texture. The marshmallow root itself really creates a silkiness that's just quite unique in the marshmallow. I have, of course, tried out other marshmallow shops before, and that's what really hits me first, is the silkiness of the texture. And then, of course, they're soothing. And, marshmallow root historically has been used as a soother. It's an anti-inflammatory, that sort of thing. Do they taste any, should I refrigerate? No, they are completely shelf stable. If you feel like you can't get to your candy, thank you so much for your support, my friends. If you feel like you can't get to your candy in 3 months, I would suggest that you go ahead and put it in the freezer. The freezer will keep it just as pillowy soft as the day you put it in for at least 1 year. Skunkle Hippie says they are yummy. Thank you, my friend. Thought it was an egg white and vanilla concoction. So some people do use egg whites and other things. There's a lot of different types of a lot of different types of recipes, but I messed up a lot of sugar. I don't mean to brag, but I've burned more sugar than you have. Yeah, so just experimenting. I wanted it to be shelf stable because I was using, farmers markets as my primary resource. Fiery Latina is so sweet, saying, I'm glad he's all right. So how do we make them? First, we start off with a 12-hour cold water extraction of the marshmallow root itself. So that process right there, I mean, this is not a get-rich-quick business. I could have chosen something easier, but here we are. So after that, we start making the candy. So we bring up cane sugar and the invert syrup, which is a cane sugar syrup, up to temperature. And when it's up to like the softball stage temperature, depending on your elevation, we whip it in these giant mixers that we have. We of course add the beef gelatin that has to be what's called bloomed so that it's nice and flexible. The powder, my friends, is a gluten-free cornstarch and powdered sugar mix. But since I'm using graham crackers on these, there's lots of graham cracker pieces in this. So that is why I only have bins specific to the flavor that I'm working on. That way I don't have cross-contamination and my gluten-frees stay gluten-free. Oh, Amanda's giving him a gift. I just ordered some. My son's birthday is coming up soon and he loves marshmallows. That is amazing. That is amazing. Every day, Becky, every day. This is what we do all day, every day. It's an average day for us to work 12 to 15 hours every single day as a family. All of us. My teenagers help out too. Hey, Tired Pixels is back. I used to use a little bit of isomalt. I did some different types of candy with isomalt. I have to be a little bit careful with my enthusiasm of what's called sugar alcohols, and isomalt is one of those because it basically will, if you have too much, it'll blow up your, you'll be farting all day, and we don't want that. Or other things. Isomalt can be tricky to your digestive system, so we have to be careful about that kind of stuff. Is that a cotton candy? Yeah, that's cotton candy right there. And this over here is our sour blue raspberry. And we do use natural colors. Thank you so much for supporting our little family dream. We appreciate you. Tell the others, let them know that there's more affordable gourmet marshmallows that are actually using the real thing. You get over 6 ounces of marshmallow with each bag, which is 3 marshmallows. And that's, 6 ounces is a lot of candy. If you've ever seen like a sack of gummies or whatever, it's usually 2 ounces or something. And it's also made in a factory. As you can see, this is a high labor candy. It requires a lot of personal hands-on attention. So, yeah, this is not a cheap candy, but it's also a very, very special candy. Made with lots of love. We try to be very cheerful and carefree and patient with folks. This is my favorite part, is the 2-row split. Y'all, this is magic. Oh my goodness gracious. Amanda says, these are so obviously high quality, worth the price for sure. Thank you so much. And that's one thing, it's like our shipping, we have to put so much care into the shipping. I do a double layer of custom cut insulation, 2 different types of insulation, because we kind of try to operate like a fine chocolate shop. We have to use lots of different strategies to see how long is it going to get there from where we are. What shipping hubs is it going to go through? Does it need to fly through that area? What size ice packs will get there? By the way, the ice packs will be melted by the time you get them. That is okay. These are perfectly shelf stable. The ice packs are just there for emotional support to help them through the transit of any points when they're on a hot truck or sitting in a hot warehouse for the few moments it's going to be then flown to the next hub. Yep, halal beef gelatin. So 9 for the 3-piece. Yes, that is correct. Other marshmallow shops start at $12, but we actually use real marshmallow root. Other shops don't. And and halal beef gelatin is more expensive. It is more humane and more high quality, so it does cost me a little bit more, but I really do want to take into account animal welfare and that kindness. That goes a long way. Oh, I know the peeps, those are terrible. My daughter ordered a few of your products. They are so delicious and fluffy. Best mallow-treats I've ever had. Thank you so much, Nina. Thank you for that. Please tell the others. We're super small. We can't afford advertising, so it's just basically me coming here on the lives and, fighting the trolls. So that's how we do it, my friends. The green color here is really interesting. We do use the Chef Master Natural line of colors, and it has a green spirulina, so it's pretty interesting. It does create a nice green. Marshmallows have been around since 2000 BC in one form or another. The ancient Egyptians first started, realizing that plant that would grow in the marshes, the roots would get kind of silky and gummy and had a soothing coating, much like you may have discovered like aloe. If you break open the aloe, you're like, wait, what is this? This is really interesting. So they figured that out with the marshmallow. The root of the plant was very what's called mucilaginous, and it was soothing. It coated. It would make swelling go down. It's an anti-inflammatory, and so they figured out, hey, this works, but it's very bitter. What do? They got honey, and they would cook the marshmallow syrup until it was a nice paste, and they would mix it with honey, and that was basically the very first what we call a functional confection. But it was so high labor, it was only used by the pharaohs or the priests, because they would use it as offerings to the gods and goddesses in their temples and shrines. It was a really big deal. It wasn't meant for normal people like you and me. It was meant only for the elite, because it was so difficult to create. And then, fast forward a couple of, centuries here and there, the Greeks and the Romans also used the marshmallow root. They would boil it into a thick syrup, and they'd use it for general soothing and throat comfort. It was one of the earliest examples of functional food, kind of like cough drops, I guess. And then the Middle Ages would continue using it in their European herbal shops and apothecaries and such. It'd be right next to the shelf with the chamomile and the mint and whatever else they were using, because it was used for calming and being gentle. And they'd use it in their teas and their syrups and their soft confections. Were you trying to show me something?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was focused.
Too late.
Oh. How do you order your products, your marshmallows? Fiery, the Toasty Smore is our name. The Toasty Smore, if you were to use the googlies, interwebbies, the Toasty Smore. And then, the Middle Ages, like we said, the apothecaries and such. But in the 1800s, the French confectioners decided to start getting fancy. They were able, because they started having hand crank mixers, right? So they had these hand crank mixers, and they were able to actually whip the marshmallow root syrup with sugar to create the first fluffy marshmallows. They would call it the pâté de guimauve, and it was basically translates to marshmallow paste. They were basically poured into pans like this and cut into squares, just like what we're doing today. It was the first luxury treat, kind of like the macaroon of the time. But also in the 1800s, you think about what was happening. The Industrial Revolution, steam engines, factories started pumping out food faster than ever. This is real marshmallows. Real marshmallows. Thank you. And the factories were like, let's get in on this, French confection. But, marshmallow root was too expensive. It was too difficult the way they were making it. They used a practice called extrusion, where they basically figured out, hey, if we just puff up a bunch of corn syrup and fluff it with air, it looks a lot like this French confection, and we can be millionaires on half the effort. And so that's what you know as being the typical marshmallow in the grocery store today. So when my children and I made, candy as a hobby, we decided, hey, let's bring back this old candy making technique alive. Let's bring it back. Let's use the old techniques. So that's what we do. We make old-fashioned marshmallows the way the French confectioners did in the 1800s, before corn syrup was even made, really, on an industrial scale. So we create a syrup from cane sugar that does the process. I guess it's just a piece of graham cracker on top. It doesn't look good. But yeah, so we do it the old way. Fiery likes the history. Hey there, Emily. This is good for me and my friends. Thank you so much. And then Nina says, these are so good, guys. Order some and you won't be disappointed. Trust me, so delicious. Thank you, Nina. Without beef possible. No, we only use the beef gelatin, my friend. But luckily for you, there are a lot of marshmallow shops and they primarily use pork gelatin. So if that's what you're needing for your personal needs, there's a lot of those available, but unfortunately, we only use the beef gelatin, my friend. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I think it's possible. I don't know the names of the shops. I think there's a few Jewish communities that are offering marshmallows made from fish gelatin. I do know that fish gelatin has a lower melting point, so it tends to melt in the mail more frequently. But that is another option if you wanted to, search for that. That might be something that might work for you. I wish I could give you a recommendation of an actual shop. I can't recall any names, but I know that there are some made from fish. Yeah, so maybe search for that. I know that they're specifically kosher. The price is going to be a lot higher than mine, though. Just so you're aware. No, sticker shock. But the fish gelatin, I would recommend if they have the option to go ahead and purchase their ice packs, because like I said, fish gelatin has a lower melting point than our gelatin, so it's going to melt in the mail a lot faster. So definitely invest in the ice packs if you were to grab something from another shop. I can't remember the names though. But I know it's possible, and I think there's much less flavors because I'm actually certifiable. I want to have all the flavors syndrome. Can I please get a fresh bucket? Yes. So again, my friends, I'm keeping this same bin of powdered sugar and cornstarch and graham cracker. I'm keeping the same bin because this is the same type of confection. This is our strawberry cheesecake. It does have the graham cracker on the back. So this one does have gluten. Most of my flavors are gluten-free. But, so that's why I choose to use the same sugar. It's not a cross-contamination because of that. So just so you guys will know. All right. Strawberry cheesecake. So this color, husband, do you remember the red? It's beet and red cabbage, I believe.
Yes.
So yeah, we use the Chef Master natural line of coloring. And the red is specifically beet and red cabbage. Of course, you can't taste beet and red cabbage. It's just the color. It's been isolated to take away the flavor molecules that give you that flavor. So this is what 3 strawberry cheesecake would look like. Let me peel that up. This is what a package would look like. I try to make it cute, like a little package of, strawberry cheesecake. They're not perfect. Unfortunately, my thumb will imprint sometimes, and I try not to do that, so it's pretty, but, sorry. I try to not put pressure on the top to do that, so we'll try to peel it from the sides. There we are. We do offer free shipping on orders $50 or more to the lower 48 states. We do ship worldwide. We do ship worldwide, so if you're somewhere else in the world besides the United States, we do ship to you. If you can see me, I do ship to you. Jordan, what's your favorite? My personal favorite is the creamy taro. That's my personal favorite. And then the buttered beer. I love the toasted coconut. I love that texture. So that's really amazing. Yeah, I love the creamy taro, but I'm a big boba tea. I love boba tea, the taro. I love exotic flavors. And taro, if you've never had it before, is like a deep nutty vanilla. That's a little bit floral and a little bit earthy, so I love it. Yeah, Ma's got it. Thanks, Jordan. Jordan says, I have a nice variety. I think that the rest of my family would say I have a problem because I always want to have more flavors than we can really physically handle. And then over to my right, I know my camera is bolted to this table here, but to my right, my husband and my son are working and they're creating toasted coconuts. And what else are you making?
Strawberries and cream.
Strawberries and cream. Oh yeah, because we're making the best seller bundle, also known as the mixed marshmallow bundle if you're on TikTok. They don't let me call it the best seller bundle, even though, you know, it is. Besides s'mores.
No, but tomorrow, they're not bundles.
Hey, son. Are you guys gonna make more Biscoff? Absolutely. Cause who gonna check me? I love your name. Who gonna check me? I would suggest going to the Interspider webs. The Toasty Smore is our home. So go to the Cookie Butter Biscoff listing and hit the button that says notify me when back in stock, and we will say, hey, who gonna check me? The marshmallow is ready. If you want to grab it, you can. It's ready. So are y'all ever going to make this sour bundle? Yes, Tropical Queen, thank you for coming in and asking, because I like to having the support. And I'm looking at my husband and he's looking at me, you know, with that knowing look of, yes, we absolutely need to make that sour bundle. What's in the mixed bundle? Let's see. The cookies and cream is not in there, Miss Julie, but the mixed marshmallow bundle has the butter vanilla, the double Dutch chocolate, the toasted coconut, strawberries and cream, creme brulee, and cinnamon roll. All of those options are gluten-free. I got cotton candy and taro. What else would you recommend? A lot of people really enjoy the creamy taro. A lot of people enjoy the creme brulee. Toasted coconut's huge. S'mores is by far our biggest seller. Toasted coconut is a really huge seller, and we toast the coconut ourselves in small batches because we're snobs. All right, Tropical Queen. I love that name. Speaking of tropical, we have had in the past pina colada. Have you guys had pina colada? Anyone here in the chat? Because I was thinking of switching it up a little bit. Heidi Ho is here. Welcome in, Heidi Ho. I like the key lime pie, banana cream, but my personal favorites. But those are your personal favorites. Gotcha. Wow, every time I tear this open, just strawberries, just that strawberry creamy cheesecake smell, just refining fire. How are you, my dear? Yeah, I currently don't have the pina colada. I was thinking about maybe switching it up a little bit. Do you think, Tropical Queen, you seem like an expert on pina colada. Should I try to do a little bit of coconut on top of the pina colada, but not toasted? Do you think I'd add a little bit of pizzazz? Because I used to make a custom sugar blend that'd go on top. Thank you so much for your support, my friends. You're literally helping me and my family pay our rent. Thank you. This is not a hobby for us. This is all we do all day long together, is try to make the best darn marshmallows in the world. I'm hoping that we're getting close. These are old-fashioned marshmallows, Miss Tanya. This is our strawberry cheesecake flavor. You can see the graham cracker crust. We use nothing but natural colors. So all these happy little swirls, they look like little happy little clouds, have been hand stirred and created here by me and my family. Joe says, that looks good. I'd like to try that. Thank you so much. There should be a link. If you need help, let me know. The powder is gluten-free cornstarch and powdered sugar. And because this is graham cracker, there's also graham cracker crumbs in here. This one is obviously not gluten-free, but I use gluten-free cornstarch just in general because most of my flavors are gluten-free. And I do all of the gluten-free stuff at the beginning of the day so I don't have cross-contamination. This flavor, Riley, is our strawberry cheesecake. Junebug, I can't wait for me to order. I think I need to try this week. Thank you so much. Yeah, so the silkiness that the real marshmallow root, just provides a silky texture in the mouth, on the palate, that is just, it just can't be beat. I mean, I've had regular marshmallows before, and the silkiness is just, it's just, you can't deny it. Riley says, looks amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. We're pretty, proud of our little family candy shop here. We've been making candy together for many years. And then we specialized in marshmallows, probably coming around 2 years now. And all we do all day long is make marshmallows. So we do make these fresh every single day. We do offer free shipping on orders $50 or more to the lower 48 states, but we do ship worldwide. And that's going to be just international rates, We always include ice packs and insulation in every single order. A lot of candy shops will have it optional, and they'll charge you like $5 for an ice pack. We just include it in the cost of the shipping. And we also do it that way because we know what it takes to get to you in good shape. We do a lot of math and research to see what it takes to get it to you in good shape. Just follow the USPS tracking that you get to know when it's been delivered. Please do not let it set on your hot porch and melt. Please don't let it sit in your mailbox and melt, because it'll get to you in good shape. But you just have to go and retrieve that so it's nice and in good shape. The ice packs will be melted when you get them, and that's okay. These are completely shelf stable. The ice packs is just to get it through the hot areas so that it can be delivered to you in good shape. All I've ever had was store-bought marshmallows. Never had a real one. You're in Florida, yeah. So we ship to Florida all the time, and like I said, the cost of the ice packs that it requires to get to you in good shape is already built into the shipping cost. So if you're feeling a little uncertain, just try to think of us as a fine chocolate shop, and that's just it takes extra care to get these confections to you in great shape. We see what kind of shipping centers are between you and us, what kind of routes happen, how often it's on the plane, how often it's going to be in the warehouse. So we do a lot of care to do that strategy to get it to you in great shape. Waiting for my order to be delivered. It's a few blocks away, Danielle. Oh my goodness gracious. That's exciting. What state are you in, Danielle? Ohio. Easy. I stress out a little bit about Arizona. I'll be completely transparent. But we have some pretty large ice packs. We do a double layer of insulation. It's I hand custom cut every single box. So yesterday alone, we spent around 4 hours, all four of us, doing preparing the orders to be insulated properly, to be ice packed properly. So there's a lot of care that goes into that. Where are they shipped from? What area are they shipped from? We are in the beautiful state of New Mexico. Yes, cooler today, but this week has been in the high 90s. Yes, super hot. Go plant a tree. Try not to use AI. I'm one of those green tree huggers. So that's how we roll. Can you guys see this? Is it in the screen? I can't even tell if it's visible. Natural colors, the actual real marshmallow root. The marshmallow root is organic in quality, by the way. Missy, these are old-fashioned marshmallows. We use real marshmallow root to create our candy. We use all natural colors, kind of a big deal. A lot of people are trying to avoid artificial colors. And this one does have gluten because I try to make it like a real cheesecake. This is strawberry cheesecake. And again, natural colors. We make them fresh daily in our little family candy shop. And that's what we try to specialize in, is perhaps the most silky, flavorful marshmallows you've ever had. It's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. I have to say, when I'm sitting here working, like, even though I've been making these for 2 years, my stomach's like rah, 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 rah. Just the aroma. One time we had a delivery guy come, and we opened up the doors towards our kitchen space because he was delivering our commercial mixers. We have giant 40-quart mixers, and he had his forklift and everything, and he goes, "Whoa, what you guys making here?" He immediately gets out his wallet. He's like, "What you guys making up in here?" And the man walked out with a giant sack of marshmallows because the aroma just, oh my goodness, it smells so good. Yeah, we put that over a fire machine, but you have to rotate it really quick because this is more moisture rich than a typical store-bought marshmallow. You know, it has real marshmallow root in it. But the cool thing is, if you can manage to get you have to rotate it a lot, it gets this creme brulee shell, and you can pull it off, and the whole thing is strawberry cheesecake times 10 toasted. It is so delicious. And then Joe says, sounds good. I will look into it. Sending good vibes to you and chat. Thank you so much, Joe. Our best tasting bundles. Well, that's really subjective. Unfortunately, I'm out of a lot of bundles. We kind of been selling out. I need to, I don't know, perhaps consider an employee, but we really can't afford it.
You just poured strawberries and cream.
Strawberries and cream?
Make the color.
You want me to do the color?
Yes, actually, I need to find the black, gray,
Okay, I'm being told I need to do the coloring on this next batch. My son and my husband don't like to do the coloring, so I'm kind of the coloring person. S. Dot says, God bless you for creating a delicious treat without trying to poison people. There we go. Truth. I can't really say that, but that's so true. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let me move this over. So this is a gluten-free flavor. I have to be careful about what I'm doing here. I have gluten. So I'm going to kind of clean my space. Nothing is going to touch the table, but I am kind of trying to clean up a little bit here. So this is a gluten-free flavor. This is flavored strawberries and cream. Strawberries and cream is this flavor. And we use natural color. That one's really hard to squeeze. This one is specifically colored with beet. Oh, of course. It's hard to see. I don't know if you guys can see that. Beet color. Beet. Anyway, this is the Chef Master Natural line. I'm going to glove up and get this on here. So first I'm going to squeeze this bottle because I'm not sure if I can do it. Husband, this is really hard to squeeze. Oh my goodness gracious. I seem to be handling it. So I know it doesn't look like much, but strangely, pink natural color goes a pretty long way. It's a little bit hard to squeeze. But if you want to do some research on what we're using here, is the Chef Master Natural line. Now I'm going to glove up and do some art, y'all. Let's do some art. So, sugar is toxic. All right. So, trust the process. We're going to make happy little clouds. I know it looks a little crazy, but I'm going to make this beautiful. Again, we make our marshmallows with the real thing. We make it with organic marshmallow roots. We use natural colors. We use cane sugar. We never use corn syrup because that's kind of a garbage ingredient. You guys deserve better. If we're going to call it gourmet, I think we need to raise the bar on what is accepted as gourmet. Tell the others, we are family owned and operated, and we're trying to make the best candy possible. Yeah, now if you don't like it, you're welcome to, find something that works for you. But I won't tolerate rudeness. So, maybe take a little tea break or something. Pour yourself a cup of tea and maybe, some sunshine. but I won't entertain that. All right, so this is where we're gonna make some magic here, hopefully. And we just try to put some like happy little thoughts in here, like happy little clouds of marshmallow. Try to make it pretty and feathery, like a little cloud. I'm placed my first order ever. Thank you so much, my friend. I find it amusing how people try to harass, one family making candy, and then they don't bother, the giants like S'mores, or not they don't bother the giants like Mars Corporation or M&M's or, all those other places, but they harass, the family making rent each month. So I think people's choices are pretty interesting. There we go. There's the strawberries and cream. This is not vegan sugar, baby. This is gluten-free. This goes into the bestseller bundle or the mixed marshmallow bundle. Because all of our bundles are gluten-free. All right, so this is our strawberries and cream that goes into our mixed marshmallow bundle. I'm gonna set this aside. I'm gonna get back to what I was doing before. All right, I'm probably missing some questions. This one does have gluten, as you can see. I know Marshmallow because of you. Hey there, Lanny. Welcome in, my friends. How are you? Yeah, sorry, Sugar Baby, I missed your comment. It is not vegan, my friend. All right, I have my bin backwards. There we go. Back to the strawberry cheesecake. So it's a little dusty looking. It probably looks a little strange, but the extra sugar will be knocked off. This is just a powder to keep it from being super sticky. It will not stick to your dental work or your teeth. It's not like taffy or toffee. And so, yeah, not going to be sticky. But this is our strawberry cheesecake. I'm sorry, guys. I have to moderate YouTube. I have to remove someone. Yeah. We don't imbibe in the negative vibes, my friends. We're just here to roll and just enjoy each other's company and make some nice candy. Hopefully bring some folks together. Maybe you've got a friend or someone that you've been thinking about. You want to reconnect with them. Maybe invite them over for a s'mores party. Be like, hey, I found this wild, weird lady on the internet. She was selling these weird things. Do you want to come and see if they're any good? Maybe invite them over for a little roasting party or a s'mores party. It's a good excuse to bring people together. And I love that about this candy. I can't think of another candy that brings people together like this. Because in my mind, and I say this every day, so sorry if you've heard this a million times, in my mind, when I hear the word marshmallows, the first thing that pops in my mind is a campfire. And it's a campfire with people surrounded by surrounding the campfire. They're singing songs, playing the guitar. They're telling spooky stories. They're laughing. They're joking. They're reconnecting with their fellow human. I cannot think of another candy that does that the way Marshmallows does. What other candy brings people together the way Marshmallows? So if you can think of someone that maybe you're like, hey, I really need an excuse to kind of reconnect with this person so it's not awkward, invite them over for a little toasting party or a little s'mores making party or maybe a candy charcuterie board. So I kind of like that vibe. If you are feeling that, maybe this is a calling to like, hey, this person in my mind here, I'd like to call them, but you can have a reason now. Maybe it'll bring some people together. Maybe someone that you've been missing, or maybe someone that needs to be celebrated. Maybe something cool happened in their life, and you're like, hey, congratulations on making it through, school, or you got promoted, or maybe they need a pick me up. Maybe they're feeling down. This is a good way to make it not awkward and just kind of lift someone up, because you can always talk about the weird lady that you're like, I'm not so sure about her. Let's see if she's legit. Tanya, got my marshmallows today. And maybe you've got someone that you care about that's really sensitive to some of the ingredients that are out there. Marshmallow root is known to be soothing. It's known to be an anti-inflammatory. Maybe you care about this person and give them a good alternative. These can be cut up into lots of different small pieces. They can be enjoyed over months of time. You can put them in the freezer for up to a year. J2, I hope my order went out today. Can't wait. Thank you so much. We did run out of ice, so we're trying to scramble and get some stuff out. So if there's a little bit of delay, my biggest apologies. I'm not going to cut corners and not send it out with ice. So we're trying to wait on a shipment that's getting here today. So I'm like shaking. We are in a mountain village, so every once in a while, someone doesn't want to climb the mountain to give us deliveries. But it hasn't happened very much, but it did happen this week. So I apologize if we're a little slow. But it will be shipped out with tremendous care, I do assure you. I'm not going to cut corners just to get it out. I appreciate your understanding, J2. Allison, that shows how amazing you are as a business owner. What did I do? I don't know. I don't know what I did. Thank you, dear. So Fiery says, I saw the cookie dough one. Is that one good? If you like cookie dough, I think it's good. So I was thinking about buying some, but I saw the cookie dough one. Is that one you would recommend? I personally am not a cookie dough person. So I'm not a good person to ask. I like exotic, weird stuff. I like florals. I like rose. I like nuts and weird stuff. So cookie dough is not one of my personal things. So I'm a terrible person to ask. I'm really sorry, Fiery Latina. Oh, yeah, not shipping without ice. There's no way. No way. And that's one of the problems, too, is TikTok will penalize me if I ship it out late, but, so be it. We're not playing that game. I mean, it'd be terrible. It'd be such a waste for me to ship this out and you get a package of soup. No way. I'll take the penalty. And maybe that's just the military in me, but, I'm not going to cut corners. To my own detriment, I will not cut corners. Anyway, so we're getting the insulation today, you hope? The shiny insulation, okay. The reflective, we're getting it. So I do double layers of insulation. We have a paper insulation that's like a nice buffer. We noticed chocolate shops using that. And then we also use the reflective shiny bubble wrap on the outside. Yes, I'm a veteran. I was a combat medic in the U.S. Army. And most of my life, though, I was a teacher. I taught music for 25 years. And then I was like, I don't know. I wanted to make a difference, so I went and joined the Army. What? What's up? Why are you taking over my phone? I have issue with order I received today in South Carolina. How do you contact? Please just write me here personally, bracelet with poo. Can you just write me here on TikTok? Because it's me that will. Oh, thank you, Allison. It's me that will see it. I mean, it's just us. I'm scared to ask. Oh, thank you, Bria. Thank you, Bria. Hey, look, Suzuki. Followed the live. I taught Suzuki violin for a long time. I taught violin and viola for 25 years, and then I went and joined the army. I don't know why. I just had I don't know, a moment, I guess. I really wanted to join the Marines to be in a string quartet in the White House, but that didn't work out. I became a combat medic in the Army. I got to do the thing, and now, I mean, I could work on any ambulance in the country because of the certifications that we have, but I got out and I was like, you know, I'm really weird now, and I just want to make babies and muffins. So instead of muffins, we're making marshmallows. Pretty close. Hey there, Jay. How are you, darling? How are you? Welcome in. Happy Monday, you beautiful humans. Thank you for the heart. I appreciate you. Oh, this is my favorite part, you guys. This is my favorite part, is the two stretch. I want to see real quick before I do that how much I've got left. I think this is it. Oh, that's it. This is it. Okay, this is the last. Is this a litter box? Oh my gosh. This is real old-fashioned. Oh, you love that horchata with the coffee. Order went to Columbia, South Carolina on July 4th, received today. Yeah, the freezer packs will be melted. That is completely normal and expected. The candies are shelf stable. It's just to get it to you without them melting. But yeah, the ice packs will definitely be melted. That's the plan. And that's totally okay. They're very shelf stable. There's nothing in them that's not stable, if that makes sense. So yeah, if the ice packs are melted, that's completely expected. Great question. It's just to get them to you so they don't melt. The marshmallows won't be melted, but the ice packs will take the hit. They'll be the bodyguard, as it were. But yeah, they're totally fine. They don't need to be refrigerated. If you don't want to refrigerate your marshmallows, you don't have to. They're completely shelf stable. The ice packs are totally fine to be melted. I expect them to be melted when you get them. And it's just to bodyguard the marshmallows so that they aren't melted. That's the plan. Yeah, so the empty wrappers, what I did there, Miss Bracelet, our bagging machine will, in between batches, it'll give us empty bags of air, and I'm just using that as a form of cushion and insulation to protect the marshmallows in the bags. So, you know, obviously you've got some empty bags. That's just for cushion, because believe it or not, a bag of air is better insulation than just empty space that is actually not, yeah, just use it so it's more green. We're using our bagging misfits, I guess, as a useful way to get the marshmallows to you in good shape. Yeah, because a bag of air, surprisingly, protects the marshmallows better than just empty space in the box. If you want to refrigerate them, you certainly are welcome to. You don't need to if you don't want to, though. They're completely shelf stable. If you want them to last longer than 3 months, Miss Bracelet, I would recommend putting them in the freezer. They will freeze beautifully for up to a year. I don't have any data beyond a year, but they'll go in the same texture that they come out. It will not affect the texture at all if you want to freeze them and you're like, hey, I can't eat these in 3 months. Just pop them in the freezer, no problem. Oh, the pistachio is delicious. Yay, I love the pistachio. That one is so good. But yeah, it's totally fine for the ice packs to be melted. It is expected and planned. Because if they're still frozen when we get them to you, then we're both wasting money paying for an ice pack that's too big for the transit, if that makes sense. But if they're melted, then that's perfectly timed. Science, etc. Yay. Yay for math. But yeah, Christopher, these are strawberry cheesecake gourmet marshmallows. You can see back here, this is our sour blue raspberry. We do naturally color everything in shop. This is our cotton candy back here. So all kinds of different flavors are I'm so sorry, I did that the wrong way. Did you already decowder those?
No.
Oh, okay.
Change the barrels.
Bracelet says, okay, thanks for answering my questions. Oh yeah, Bracelet, I'm happy to answer your questions. Thank you so much for asking instead of, wondering and feeling not good about it. So thank you for your question. I'm very happy about that. Yeah, old-fashioned marshmallows made with organic marshmallow root. It creates a silky texture in the mouth, on the palate, unlike any other type of marshmallow that you've ever had, unless you've had real marshmallow root marshmallows, then you know what I'm talking about. It's basically just a silky experience. It's pretty amazing. Of course, you know, if you like a little texture, we've got guys like this. They're cheesecakes or key lime pie. We have banana cream pie that has Nilla wafers on top. Those, of course, all have gluten, but most of our flavors are gluten-free if you need a gluten-free option. Feel free to ask questions. I'm totally happy to recommend flavors to you that if you're looking to avoid tree nuts or if you're looking to avoid gluten or whatever, I'm happy to answer those questions. We are family owned and operated. We're so small we don't have any employees. Whether or not that's a great decision on our part, I don't know. Sometimes we're like, oh no, we really need help, but we just, we're a small family business. And, the whole family chips in and helps, and it's just me and my husband and my 2 teenagers, and they all help out, and we do the best we can. And I really hope that you guys enjoy the experience, because this is meant to be not just a candy that you stuff in your face, because I know I do the same thing. I go get me some cheap candy, and every once in a while I just want to stuff my face. But this is an experience. This is something that brings people together. Maybe you are sensitive and you can't have just any old candy. This is something that you can share with someone you care about. It's giftable, they're high quality, so it's really meant to be the next level up, really. And Katrina says, these are the best marshmallows you'll ever try, in my opinion. Thank you so much, Katrina. I appreciate you. Thank you for reposting, Jay. You guys are awesome. I appreciate your support. If you're wondering how much do I get, this is a good example. Right here, this is a 3-pack. This is how big those bags are back there. Whoops, I totally knocked my phone. So yeah, those are the same size as this. This is a lot of candy, my friends. That's 6 ounces. It says 6 ounces on the bag. I almost promise you it's a little more, but why are you doing what you're doing? To make people happy. My son and I made candy together as a hobby, and we figured out how to make real old-fashioned marshmallows together. And I felt like, the world could use a little bit of happiness in it. I used to be a teacher for many years, and then I served in the U.S. Army. And so after I got out of the military, I was like, I just want to make people happy. So this really sang to me. My son and I and my daughter, we used to go to farmers markets selling our marshmallows, and then I figured out how to do this whole TikTok thing and YouTube thing. So here we are doing that. Oh, I'm going to tear that. There we go. That's a little bit better. Pin products to increase sales. I can't touch my phone. So what are you putting on it? This is a gluten-free cornstarch and powdered sugar blend, and it has some graham crackers in it because the graham crackers that are on the bottom of this. So it's obviously not gluten-free, but most of our flavors are. So we have specific bins only for specific flavors, so we don't have cross-contamination. So most of our stuff is gluten-free. Jay says, I'm happy when I eat them. Thank you so much. Yeah, so it just makes it not sticky, because these have already been cut, as you can see. You can see the lines here. They've already been cut, but I have to, encourage them apart. And if I don't powder between, they will just simply stay sticky. But they don't stick to your teeth. They're not like taffy. They're not like toffee. They're not going to pull out your dental work or mess up your braces or anything like that. Katrina says, I can't wait to place my next order. Ours didn't last very long. Oh! Yep, I hear you. What do you use instead of corn syrup? Great question. We use what's called invert sugar. So it's basically cane sugar that has been cooked to a syrup. And the reason why it's called invert is actually based on the science of light refraction. So if you look through a cup of water, for example, a cup of water bends the light in a certain direction, right? If you put sugar in it, it's going to bend a certain way. So when you cook cane sugar to a certain temperature for a certain amount of time, the molecules inside change, they shift. And it literally, when you put that invert syrup into the glass of water, mix it around, the light will bend inverted, complete opposite direction of regular sugar water. And that's how you know you've got the invert sugar cooked thoroughly so that the molecules are doing their job of preventing crystallization within the cooking process of making the candy. So, long story short, invert sugar syrup, which is basically cane sugar that's been cooked to a specific temperature. So, cane sugar and cooked cane sugar. You use invert sugar for alcohol. Cinnamon roll was yummy, Tanya. Thank you so much. I think that one's really pretty. Pretty fun. And then here's our last three. Here, my friends. Hey there, Val. This is our last three marshmallows. We'll make a big deal about it. This is our strawberry cheesecake flavor. Again, if you're just rolling in here, this is real old-fashioned marshmallow using the actual root. We use natural colors. We use beef gelatin. Beef gelatin has more collagen in it. Most marshmallows are made with pork gelatin. Same thing with gummies. Most are made with pork gelatin, which is fine. Some people are avoiding pork for whatever reason. But if you're like, why should I care about beef gelatin? It has more collagen. And we do the halal certification. And never any corn syrup in any part of our whole system here. And we are family owned and operated. It's just us on the struggle bus. Toot toot! We're in the beautiful state of New Mexico. We do ship worldwide, my friends. So if you can see us, we do ship to you. If you're in Saudi Arabia, if you're in the UK, if you're in Utah, we will ship to you. We ship where you can see us. So we have shipped an awful lot of places, my friends. Thank you for sharing the live. We're going to be shutting down, however, so I like to always end up my lives saying some truths. You are enough. Exactly how you are. You don't need to change for anybody. You're fine just the way you are. Just be yourself, and that's best. And you guys are amazing. I appreciate your support. You guys have really started off our week in a great way. You can join us again here in 3 hours. We'll have our order packing live in 3 hours from now. And thank you so much for that order. I appreciate you guys. You're amazing. And as always, life is sweeter when we come together. Bye-bye. It started off spicy again, but it started calming down.
Yeah.
So I guess when we start the live, it's pushing us to new audiences.
Yeah. Okay.
People that don't normally see us.
Yeah.
Oh, my back. I haven't done any medications. I'm trying to see what I can get away with.